I want to respond to a press statement by the leader of a criminal gang, one Honorable Rigathi Gachagua. A press statement dated the 9th that was read jointly together with his lambs. And it is important that as a youth, I have to come forth and give my divergent opinion on how I feel the state of the nation is. I am a Kenyan citizen by birth, and it is my constitutional responsibility to protect, be loyal, be faithful, be fidel to my government. And number one most leader that I must be faithful to is my President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable William Ruto. Whether I'm loyal to him in his capacity as the president, whether I'm loyal to him in his capacity as a personal friend that I might know, it doesn't matter. But it is my constitutional responsibility that I have to protect the Constitution of Kenya, protect the government, and the head of the government is the president. Now, I have listened very keenly to the speech that was issued by the leader of the criminal gang that is moving around in the country to destroy properties and to maim people, to rape and to gag. And that is Mr. Gachagua. Mr. Gachagua, in his statements, he has pulled out what is called a red card. Why am I mentioning that it is a red card? It is a red card in the essence that he has brought back the ethnic profiling card. And it is very unfortunate that he's putting it on the burnt head of his community, and that is the Kikuyu nation. It is very unfortunate. First of all, I want to tell Mr. Gachagua that me and you, both of us know that in terms of population, Kikuyus are not the majority. In terms of voter registry, Kikuyus are not the majority. That is an illusion that has been created with your former leaders who've served at the highest apex office, and that is the presidency. And registers have been doctored in the essence that it projects that indeed Kikuyus are the majority in terms of population and in terms of voter registry, contrary to the truth. Mr. Gachagua, I want to tell you that a voter is a living human being, not dead. A living human being who has attained the age of 18 years old and above, has a national identity card, is registered in the voters register of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, and on the voting day must avail himself to vote independently without any influence of any IEBC official. And that is a voter. A voter is not a dead human being. A voter must be living. And Mr. Rigathi, you know what I'm talking about. When the president came into office, and I want to bring it back into your inaugural speech, and that was your first administrative speech after you've been sworn in as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. You stated categorically that the government that you're inheriting and that you inherited then did not have any money. Did you tell us where the money went to? Yes. You said that the former administration has pocketed all the funds and they're transporting all those funds using helicopters, private jets, and all those funds in cash were being moved around and dashed around in sacks. Those were your words, not anybody's words, and that is in record and it is in the public domain. Now, where do you think my beloved President, Dr. Ruto, has gotten all these resources to foster development in this country? It is through proper tax collection. when the president stops excessive funds that are being paid to media stations that are owned by your tribesmen in terms of useless advertisements, you call that economic sabotage. When the president stops excessive payment to companies like Wonder Joy that are being paid billions and billions by your predecessors who sat in the presidency seat, when Dr. William Ruto stops that, you call that economic sabotage. Yet, my beloved President Dr. Ruto has been closing all the possible taps that embezzle government funds so that the government can remain functional and liquid. To you, that one is economic sabotage. You say that my beloved president is the person who is sponsoring chaos and anarchy in the country. Mr. Rigathi, the budget that was read in Parliament under this financial year, I did not see any allocation that was given to my beloved President Dr. Ruto to sponsor chaos. I did not see that in the government budget. Because the government budget that the president spends under the executive, remember we have 3 arms of government which are very independent, but they must work interrelatedly. My beloved president is using government and public coffers and public funds in a manner that it is spelled out within the budget. To you, that is economic sabotage. You've now drawn your community and said that the president is the one that is castigating war against your community. That is not true. I want to remind you, the leader of the criminal gang, Mr. Rigathi, that one, you are on record saying that the president has invested in the region and he has an hotel in Meru, which he has the rights to invest because he's a Kenyan citizen who is allowed to invest irrespective of him being a president. The Constitution allows him. Will he invest in a community, not once, not twice, not even recently? He started investing way back in a community that he does not love. You have the answer. Mr. Rigathi, I have seen, and you are on record, and I have heard you, both in public and in private, castigating our National Intelligence Service Department. The National Intelligence Service Department, NIS, of the Republic of Kenya is one of the best, actually the best intelligence department in the entire Africa. And that one is even in the domain of allies under the European Union who are allies of Kenya. It is very unfortunate that you tend to reason more like a village boy. But the backbone of our security lies in our intelligence. You have blamed Noordin Haji, not once, not twice, the director of NIS, of being incompetent. Noordin Haji is a legal scholar who has worked within government departments, has worked in the NIS department before even he became the ODPP boss, has done good job when he was the director of public prosecutions boss. He's still doing a good job in his current docket as the director of NIS. And Mr. Rigathi, the attacks that you are channeling to Noordin Haji must stop forthwith. And it is not a matter of when or please, it must stop forthwith and now. You must desist from attacking our NIS boss and department now. And if you have a personal problem with the Haji family, we will not allow you to run away and succeed with it. For the sake of the good work that Mzee, may his soul rest in peace, Yusuf Haji, the services, the good services that he has done and rendered to the people of Kenya. For the respect of Yusuf Haji, if in case you have a personal problem with the family, then you must stop the same forthwith and immediately. The squad that you are saying that the NIS has formed, and you are on record stating that it was formed when you're in office, I want to advise you and open your eyes just a little bit that sometimes when you come to press and issue statements, stop mixing political hallucinations that you have with matters that are touching on national security. National security is paramount. The Constitution has spelled it out clearly. And you cannot come up with a divide and rule tactic to try and classify our security department and say Department A is the best, Department B is wrong. No way. All the national security departments, they work interrelatedly, conjointly, to ensure there is peace. Life is protected and properties are protected. May you have that in your brain and let it go on record. You have not once, not twice, brought the issue of the Kiambaa Church of the 2007 post-election violence. I am not aware where you were in 2007 when, after the post-election violence, commissioners under commissions like the Kriegler Commission, the Waki Commissions were formed. I don't know whether you are still brewing changa around the Nyeri area and you did not have time to read the Kriegler Commission, the Waki Commission, and the National Peace Accord that was signed by Honorable Raila Odinga and the late Honorable Mwai Kibaki. I don't know where you are. It is even illegal. It is even of unsound mind to discuss matters post-election violence. And I wish to remind you that there is no way, not even any day, my beloved President, Honorable William Ruto, was involved on matters that deals with crimes against humanity. And you have brought in your recent press, flagged with your lamps and your flock, stating that and reminding my beloved President that his ICC matters are not yet over. The leader of a criminal gang, Mr. Gachagua, please. Threats and blackmail to our presidency and the president in person. We cannot take it lightly. You cannot run away with that. We will not support that kind of statement. You cannot threaten our president in public, and yet we know, and it is in the public domain, that all those charges that were fabricated against my beloved president by then on matters ICC were withdrawn. The matter was withdrawn. If you say that they were withdrawn on the basis of lack of witnesses, to mean the perpetrators who framed my beloved president by then ran away and they did not have the courage, to come and present the witnesses that they had coached and bought. And if that is the case, our Constitution of Kenya, 2010, is supreme more than the international laws. ICC is not ultimate. Our president is ultimate. It is ultimate because we elected him as the people of Kenya. He is ultimate because he's the father of our nation. He is ultimate because the Constitution has given him the powers to protect the sovereignty of this country. Have that in mind, Mr. Gachagua. Lastly, you are speaking about incompetency in this government, headed by my beloved President, Dr. William Ruto. You've also spoken about lack of delivery in terms of service delivery and the promises. I want to remind you, Mr. Gachagua, that we have the national government and we have the 47 county governments. And I have a question for you, Mr. Gachagua. For instance, if the governor of Migori, where I come from, or Homa Bay, where I reside, or Nairobi, or Wajir, or Nyeri, where you come from, is not working or is not exploring service delivery in terms of the resources that have been disbursed to his county or their respective counties, is that the fault of the president? Is the president the head of counties? Why must the blame game be placed on the president? All the functions that you're saying are devolved to the counties. As we talk currently, there is no debt owed by the national government to county governments. There is none. Why are the governors not working? Where are they not putting out development projects that they promised? Yet, the county governments are being fully funded. They used to claim that they cannot provide proper service delivery because the national government owed them debts. The debts were clear. Why have they not performed their function as required by the Constitution? Is my beloved President Dr. William Ruto to blame on the failures of the county governments? You have the answer, Mr. Rigathi. Why should a boy, a criminal gang from Nyeri and whichever parts of the country, be ferried to come and demonstrate in Nairobi? Why? Is Nairobi their respective counties? Nairobi is also a county. Should we also leave Nairobi to go and demonstrate in Nyeri? And if you look at the provisions of the Constitution has a limitation to any right and freedom except two: the right to habeas corpus and slavery and torture. And I'm trying to reason with you, Mr. Rigathi, based on two schools of thought, as a legal scholar and as a layman. Now, you claim that you are the superior and your collusion will win the next general election, and without that, you tend to preempt that there is not going to be peace, and that your business, you as a person, your business is to ensure that Dr. Ruto goes home. Why didn't you ensure that President Uhuru, that you accused of looting the government, went home when he was in his term in office? Mr. Rigathi, you are the worst leader based on the factual evidences that I have gathered that Kenya ought to have before, or ought to have had before. And I want to thank the National Assembly, particularly the Senate, for impeaching you. Because with that kind of mindset, with that kind of inexperience at the presidency level, the best job that you are fit for was to be the DO that you resigned from by then. I want to encourage my beloved president to remain steadfast. Remain steadfast. Keep pushing the good agenda of development. The SGR that is going to Kisumu, the special economic zone that is being built, the national affordable housings across the country, the good road network,